I'm going to be sharing with you in this video why money will not solve your problems. Now I'm going to share with you why it can be a tool to make your problems better, in the sense that it can help you solve your problems. It has the potential to help you solve your problems, but it will not in of itself solve your problems. I'm going to share with you my first-hand experience with this so that you can see that money is just a tool. Everything in life is just a tool. Now, you can use the tool consciously, but if you don't use the tool consciously, the tool will actually use you. It will control you. If you don't control it, it will control you. And so in this video, what I'm going to be sharing with you here is actually how to take money as a tool and tap into more of that potential to help it solve your problems, but understand that it won't in of itself actually solve your problems. So let's talk about that in this video. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, there's only two ways to do that right now. The first way is through single sessions, and the second way is through email coaching, and the details for both of those things will be down below. Now, the first thing that I want to share with you is to understand that money is just a tool, and it's one of those tools, just like many other tools, will actually amplify who you actually are. Now, not all tools amplify who you are, but this tool in particular literally amplifies your personal reality, your personality. Whoever you are, whatever it is that you tell yourself you are, if you're given more money, it will amplify that. So my experience is that when I was having all these challenges in my life, like, I can't manifest more money, there was things falling apart, things going wrong, everything's happening, and it's like, I need more money. Like, when I was at the lowest point in my life, I think it was honestly not even too long ago, to be honest with you, just a couple years ago at this point, just a couple years ago, I had an experience where there was a very low point in my life. Let's just say it like that. A very low point in my life. And this low point in my life, I thought that money would solve it. And it was a large majority of issues. It was some health problems. It was some money problems. I had some problems with my relationships. I don't want to say it's the lowest point really, but it was a very, very low point. One of the lowest points where, it was just a low part of my life. One of the lowest of the lows. And I thought that, if I just get more money, it will solve all my problems. And what I had to realize is that it's so funny, because I was given money. I was given money from many friends, from many family members, and it didn't help until it did help, but it only started to help when I realized that it wasn't actually helping. Does that make sense? Because there was also times where I first got that money from the friends, from the family members, and I thought, I just need my money, please help me. I'm in a rut, I need help, right? And I got this money, but what it did was, it didn't actually help the situation. What it did was, it amplified who I was. And I was just repeating the same type of patterns that I was stuck in, even though I was given the money, because the money doesn't change your behavioral patterns. The money doesn't change the way that you're programmed. The money doesn't change anything. What it does is just a tool. And if you have a certain level of behavioral patterns in your life in particular areas, whether that be around your spending habits, whether that be around the types of food that you eat, or just whatever it is in your life, right? However it is that you show up in any single area, you think that, money is just going to solve all of that, right? No, it's not going to solve any of that. It's just going to be a potential. It can help you to solve those problems. But for me, all these things in my life only started to move forward and actually get better when I realized that I need to start changing myself first. And that sounds cliche, I get it, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It starts with you. You need to decide who you are and be that person. And understand that money, whatever amount of money you need to get what it is that you want, will come. And you'll get the money. You'll get the money that you need to go where you want to go. But you have to understand that going where you want to go is not going to be a limitation because you don't currently have the amount of money that you want. Let's just say you have a health problem. It's, yes, if you need it, and I'm speaking personal experience because I had a lot of health problems in the past, and I'm not a health professional. I'm not qualified to share any information around health, But for me, my health started to get more balanced when I realized that it's not the money. It starts with my level of dedication and devotion and commitment and putting in that discipline towards going where I want to go, and understand that the money will come. And it's not just that I'm going to trust the universe to come. I will trust myself to make the money that I need to do exactly what I want in this present moment. I will trust. If I don't have the money, I'll find the resources. If I don't have the money, I'll find what I need in my environment. And I trust myself to get what I need from the environment, to get what it is that I want, to get what it is that I need. Whether it's money, I'll get the money. If it's some sort of tool, I'll get the tool. If it's a connection, I'll find the connection that I need to get what it is that I want. And I'll find it and I will do it. And understand that money, how much money you have in your account now, could potentially help you to solve this problem, but it could also just amplify and make your life even worse. That's a potential too, right? You know, what I think that people don't really understand is that for some people, if you give them a certain amount of money, it's just going to make their life even worse. And they don't think that's going to make life worse. No, but it's like, it depends on who you are. Right? So what I want to share with you is that when I had money issues and I was given money, it didn't help until I actually changed. It didn't help until I actually changed. So to conclude this video, what I'm really trying to share here is, in a very simple way, here's the truth of the video here, is that a money problem is a you problem. It's a you problem. It's not an out there problem. It's a you problem. If you have issues with money, you have an issue with yourself. It's not because you can't attract the circumstance. It's not because you don't have the right connections. Maybe you don't have that right now. Maybe you're not in the circumstance that you want to be. Maybe you don't have the connections that you want. It doesn't matter. That's not the reason you're not going to get it. Not having something is not a reason to not go for it. Not having something is not evidence that you can't create it. It's not evidence at all. You think that, oh yeah, if all these things are wrong, that's evidence that I can't create this. No, it's not. It's just a form popping into your reality. And the decision that you make to see that situation in a certain way is completely up to you. How you see that situation is completely up to you. If you want to decide that, oh, this situation means that I'm not going to be able to get what I want, that I'm not going to be able to manifest the money, that's your decision to see it in that way. That's your decision. You're making a decision to see a situation in a certain way, which means that you can't have what it is that you want. That has nothing to do with the situation, and it's also not, it has very little to do, at the very least, if not completely nothing to do with not having the money in your account as well. So understand that to conclude this video, a money problem is a you problem. It's a you problem. So if you want to fix your issues with money, start with you. Now you might be thinking, well, Francis, I want to ask you, why are you qualified to share? How do you know? Do you have money? Did you manifest money? How much money do you have? Blah, blah, blah. Do you have the money? And I understand that there's these types of reactions when somebody's telling you that money, money problems is you problems. But I'm telling you that when I had no money in my life, it was because I was not taking care of myself and doing the things that I really believed I had to do to be the person that I wanted to be. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to share is that when I literally started to take responsibility that my money problems is because it was me, it's because I was seeing myself in a certain way that was out of alignment with having the money that I wanted. It was because that I was seeing the external circumstances in a way and reacting to them in a way that was out of alignment with having the money that I wanted. And I thought that the circumstances was the reason that I can't have what I want, and it's not the truth. When I changed that, then the money started to come in. And the thing is that when this started to happen in my life, I want to share this last point here. When this started to happen in my life, what happened was that like, because there's been many times in my life where, I was able to attract the money and get the money and get it rolling. But then I would find a way to lose it. And I would get a lot of money sometimes, more money coming in. And I would find a way to lose it. And when I had no money at all, I needed help, somebody gave me money. And I found a way to lose it. So now, the difference, personally, I'm at a point in my life right now where the money's coming in slowly but surely in a very balanced way. So first of all, I always have the money that I need to buy my basic essential needs. Food, water, always. That's the bare minimum. To be in my living space that I need to live in. I generate the exact amount of money that I need to have exactly what I actually need, what I need. And I know that for certain. Now on top of that, I'm making more money, slowly making extra money, and I'm not, so the money that I'm spending on what I need is only a fraction of my income, right? And so this money that's coming in a very balanced and stable way, it's just picking up more and more and more. And now, in my life personally, there's this energy of like, I'm not actually scared to lose the money. So now I'm at a point where I'm not actually afraid to lose the money. Because I trust myself to use my skills to, if I need to get a job somewhere, I get a job somewhere. If I need to, do something that feels in alignment to me, then I do it. And also, the most powerful thing that I want to share with you as well is that I trust myself to do these things in a way where I'm actually excited about what it is that I'm actually doing. And I don't feel like I'm doing what I hate because I have to. This entire process of fixing my money problem was very exciting to me. And so that's what I want to conclude this video with, is the understanding that all these things in my life started to change when I started to take responsibility for how I show up in the world. And everything started to come in my life in a much more balanced way where I'm able to sustain it now. And the final thing that I want to share is that there's no fear of losing it. Because even if first of all, if I lose my money, I trust myself to use my skills to go create money in a way where I can use the skills that I currently have to make money. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Even if I lose all my skills somehow, even if I lose all the income that I generate right now in my life, all my income sources, if I lose it all, I trust myself to find a way to maybe learn a new skill, to do something else, to get what it is that I need in a way that actually feels honorable to, you could say, I don't want to say like my soul, because I feel like that's unrelatable. But when I say my soul, what I mean is to how I feel, how I truly feel, my emotions. Because for me personally, I'm not willing to go get money in a way that feels like I'm hurting myself. That's non-negotiable for me. And I want to make money in a way that feels like it's a balanced energy exchange with the people around me. That's a necessity for me. Because think about it like this, the times where I had lots of money and then I found a way to lose it is because how I got the money in the first place was in a very imbalanced way that didn't feel right to me at all. And then I ended up losing it, because if you're going to build your life around an energy that you don't like to be in, you will eventually let it go, and you're not going to be able to sustain that energy and frequency, you could say, if you want to use that word, or vibration, whatever word you want to use. You're not going to be able to sustain it because you're generating money in a way that feels not good to you. Of course, there's going to be problems, and you're not going to feel good, and you're eventually not going to be able to sustain it, because you got to do something that feels good to you, in my personal opinion. So for me, the money now is coming in, and I feel very balanced, and I feel like I'm not afraid to lose it. And if that fear does come out for me, I know how to work with that fear, and I trust myself to not believe in the fear, and I trust myself to generate what I need to generate, and to be who I need to be, and to communicate to people how I need to communicate to them, to do what I need to, to get extra work, to do what I need to do, to talk to that person, to share that thing, to do whatever. And I do it in a way where I'm really just focused on myself. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I am not here to judge anybody. I'm not here to amplify negative emotions. I'm just doing what I need to do in a way that I feel in this present moment honors me and respects me and honors and respects the people around me to the highest degree possible that I have the capacity to do given my level of development, and you could say level of consciousness if you want to use that word. That's now coming from that perspective of I want to be balanced, I want to come do things in a balance that feels good to me. Already, that's the energy where you have everything that you need. You have all the food that you need. You have all the water, all the resources, because you just understand that money is just a state of consciousness. That's it. Money, consciousness, is a state. Okay, and with that, I conclude this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, only way to do that is through two ways right now. Number one is through single sessions, and number two is through email coaching. And the details for both of those things are, of course, as always, going to be down below. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next